Hello, my wonderful viewer. This is another breaking news. Wole Soyinka backs Biafra, Oduduwa Republic's agitators, says it's their right to secede. Hello, you're welcome back, my viewers. I thank you so much for being part of this program today. For what is happening in this country, it is getting clearer for the deaf to hear, and those who cannot see, they are now seeing. The latest now is Professor Wole Soyinka. He has been calm, adamant over the issue of secession, over the issue of self-determination. But today, Wole Soyinka have said that he backs Biafran agitators as well as Oduduwa Republic agitators. So let's first of all go to the main news. And then after, we can analyze this. We now think about why is it that Wole Soyinka is now backing this movement. So let's go to the main news first. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has said those calling for the sovereign nations of Biafra and Oduduwa have rights as free citizens to call for secession. In a statement, the professor criticized the use of force against agitators of self-determination, insisting it is the responsibility of the leadership to persuade them. It is time to think outside the box. That many, in so doing, find no landing place except the solution. It is not a crime. It is not peculiar to any purpose and is embedded in the ongoing history of many, and not only on this continent. It is their natural right as free citizens, not slaves of habit and indoctrination. Where the solution rises high, sentiment tumbles earthwards, and the only question becomes, what can be salvaged? It thus remains the responsibility of leadership to persuade them, through both discourse and remedial action, that there are other options. Attempted bullying is not a language of discourse, nor the facile plot of tearing all birds with their same feather, he said. While speaking on President Muhammadu Buhari's statement about the genocidal threat, Soyinka said while he was not in support of those killing and destroying government properties, the president's sentiment to deal with them in the language they understand was wrong and tragically untimely. I hold no brief for those who resort to burning down police stations, slaughter their occupants simply for the crime of earning a measly monthly pittance, touch electoral offices, assassinate politicians in calculated effort to set sections of the country against others in the promotion of their own political goals. These are largely nihilists, philosophists, and or criminal laws. Soulmates of Boko Haram, ISWAP, Daesh and company, not to be confused with genuine liberators. All over the world, throughout history, elections are denounced, boycotted, and generally delegitimized without recourse to wanton butchery. When, however, a head of state threatens to shock civilian dissidents, to deal with them in the language they understand and in a context that conventionally brackets opposition to governance with any bloodthirsty enemies of state, we have to call attention to the precedent language of such a national leader under even more provocative nation disintegrative circumstances. What a pity, and what a tragic setting, to discover that this language was accessible only the time to President Buhari, where and when it truly mattered, when it would have been not only appropriate, but deserved and mandatory. When Benue was first massively brought under siege, with the massacre of innocent citizens, the disruptive of farms, mass displacement of followed by alien occupation, Buhari's language, both as utterances and as what is known as body language, was of totally different temper. It was diffident, conciliatory, even apologetic. After much internal pressure, he eventually visited the scene of slaughter. His language? Learn to live peacefully with your neighbors. The expected language, rationally and legitimately applied to the aggressors, was exactly what we now hear. I shall shock you. I shall deal with you in the language you understand, he said. Yes, my people, this is Wole Soyinka speaking. Now, Wole Soyinka has come back to his own senses to understand that as it is today in that country, Nigeria is unsalvageable. Nigeria is unsalvageable. There is nothing anybody can do. To do what? To salvage that country. That is why he has now taken a stand to back the agitators. Just see what happened 2 days ago in Oyo State, whereby Fulani herdsmen killed over 50 persons, over 50 in Oyo State. And people like Wole Soyinka, people like Obasanjo, that helped to bring in this terrorist government in power, they have now realized the extent of their mistake. They have now realized that there's no way they can correct this very government anymore, because the death is now knocking very close to their own doors. Can you imagine how many people that was killed in Yoruba land? Who else will believe that Nigeria is going to stand again, apart from a greedy politician, apart from selfish politicians that want to enrich only their own families? They are the only one that doesn't care, that doesn't understand what is happening. Still shouting 2023. Meanwhile, there won't be 2023 because the Fulani has declared war on all the indigenous people living in that country. It is now, if you don't open your eyes now, this issue that is coming, this invasion that is coming, is going to consume you or your family. And that is why every person has to rise up. And Wole Soyinka has risen up now to tell you, those agitating for independent self-determination, they have right to do so. They have right to do so, and he said it emphatically because there is no other solution to the problem as it is now. This is what Nnamdi Kanu sought since 2012. And he started shouting, "Wake up, Nigerians, wake up, Nigerians." People kept on sleeping. Some abused him and all that. But today, somebody like Wole Soyinka has woken up. His eyes are now open, and he has come up to speak his mind, and will encourage him to continue to do so, continue to advocate for disintegration of Nigeria, because that's the only solution as it is now. That's the only solution. Biafrans, go your way. Oduduwa, go your way. A middle belt, form your own country. Then the Arewa should stay on their own country. We now have to build our military, our defense system, all of us. Okay, if we decide that tomorrow we can come as a union, then fine. By then we have stopped these Janjaweed that are marching from Sahel to invade our land. We can then stop them. If we don't do this under one Nigeria, we are finished. We are all finished. Somebody like Wole Soyinka, I like what he said. Don't be afraid. We know that the Janjaweed, the Fulani Caliphate, they will begin to attack you in the pages of newspaper. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Others should join Wole Soyinka. Stop sitting at the fence. Be part of this, because there is no other solution. Be part of this crusade. Be part of this disintegration for us to save the lives of the future generation. That is the only option we have right now. the only option we have right now. Thank you for watching.